For some fans, basketball is just a game. For me, basketball is a business, and I want to know more about it. Hey, what's up? This is Eve with Offsides with Eve, and here I discuss the operational elements of the NBA. You ever wonder why NBA players decide to opt out of their contract? Well, today, I'm going to talk about why NBA players opt out of their contract. Let's get into it. Players opt out of their contract because they want to sign a new deal to extend the term of their contract, sign a new deal for a higher salary amount, or to end their contract early. An opt-out is a type of player option. A player's decision to opt out usually occurs under two factors. For factor one, the player will sign a 2-year contract with an option to opt out in the second year. Sometimes you might hear the player signed a 1-year deal with a player option or a 1+1 deal. That's usually indicators that the player has included an opt-out clause in their contract that they have signed and the team has agreed to. This is generally exercised when the player has exceeded performance expectations and they believe they can negotiate a higher salary with their current team or with a new team. Think of Rajon Rondo or Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in their 2020 NBA Finals performance, where they played a key role in the Lakers winning the NBA championship. For factor two, the player wants to exercise his early termination option, which only applies to players that have signed a 5-year contract. And at the end of the 4th year, the player is able to utilize this early termination option. Think of Mike Conley, who has an early termination option in 2020, or Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, who exercised their early termination option in 2014. Players that add an opt-out clause to their contract have the ability to control their future and their earning potential for their professional basketball career. I can think of 2 reasons why a player would want to add an opt-out clause to their contract or an early termination option to their contract. It gives the players control or power, and it allows the players to use the salary cap to their advantage. So let's start with the opt-out option gives the players control and power. The players can make the choice to stay with their current team or to become a free agent. The control or power really works for those players who have exceeded performance expectations and played extraordinary in the previous season. The players' ability to opt out puts pressure on their current team to make sure that they value their talent. And that team, if they want to keep that player, will do whatever it takes to make sure that player stays with their organization and playing for their team. Let's think about it. If the player puts fans in seats and the player is popular among the team's fan base, it will be in the best interest of the team to make sure they keep the star player, which is truly adding to the organization's bottom line. Consider LeBron James and the power he has in the league today. The opt-out option allows players to use the salary cap to their advantage. The salary cap goes up every year, even if it's slightly, which is a benefit to the players that have outperformed their expectations, and is really valuable to the team in achieving or acquiring an NBA championship. So the player can opt out of his existing contract to maximize his earning potential because the team will actually have more money to give. On the flip side, the opt-out opportunity is not always in the best interest of the player. Players do not have to exercise their opt-out choice. And there's 2 particular scenarios that I can think of where it would not be in their best interest to do so. The first scenario is if the player has declined in performance and underperforms under their contract. Why would they opt out? No, I'm going to sit here and play another year, and hopefully within that other year, I would have improved my game, improved my performance, and continue to be valuable to the organization. Or the player has experienced a career-ending injury. In this case, keep the contract and get paid. Under these scenarios, the player is still protected under their existing contract and what I like to call player's insurance. At the end of the day, athletes are worth whatever an owner is willing to pay. Players that hold the power to their professional basketball future are those who have transcendent performance over time and negotiate in their contracts the ability to opt out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see other videos where I cover the operational elements of the NBA, Check out my other videos, subscribe to this channel, become a part of this community. And until next time, bye.